4, 3, 2, 1. You're listening to Clean Plate Club. Yum, 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 Clean Plate Club.
Hi everyone, I'm Cappy, and those are my twins Leo and Ella. Welcome to Clean Plate Club. It's kind of like story time with a recipe.
Yeah, and the kitchen is so much fun. Remember to always be safe and listen to an adult.
She's right. Today's recipe is blueberry lemon muffins. And this is a recipe Ella and I found on a website called Sally's Baking Recipes, and we made a few changes to it that we thought would be delicious.
Yeah.
Did you like these?
These were so good.
Ella, do you want to tell everyone listening about the few changes that we made?
We added almond extract and lemon.
Right. All right, let's do it. Before we get started, if you want to see this recipe, go to the episode notes on your device, and we will also put it on our social media at Clean Plate Club Pod.
That's right, Daddy. And now for the ingredients. This is a good time for measuring cups and spoons.
Okay, this recipe makes about 12 to 14 regular size muffins or 36 to 40 mini muffins. For the brown sugar topping, half a cup of packed light or dark brown sugar, a half a cup of chopped walnuts or pecans, 1 teaspoon of ground cinnamon.
Daddy, we only put this topping on 3 muffins.
That's right. Ella wasn't sure if we would like this, so we only added the brown sugar topping to a few of the muffins.
What's the difference between light and dark brown sugar?
That's a good question, Leo. The difference is dark brown sugar has more molasses in it, so it gives it a darker color, and it has a little bit of a stronger flavor to it.
I didn't know that, Daddy.
Now you know, kiddo. All right, now for the muffins. 1 3/4 cups of all-purpose flour, 1 teaspoon baking soda, 1 teaspoon of baking powder.
What's the difference between baking soda and baking powder?
Well, we know that baking soda and baking powder makes whatever we are making rise a little bit or lift. But baking soda needs an acid and a liquid, and baking powder only needs a liquid. So you'll see different recipes calling for each. Yes. And then a half a teaspoon of salt, a half a cup of unsalted butter, which is about 8 tablespoons, and you want that softened to room temperature.
Why room temperature?
The main reason is so the muffin batter that we're mixing mixes all the ingredients together easily and
it's
evenly.
Fluffier.
And it's fluffier, that's right. Next, half a cup of granulated sugar, a 1/4 cup of packed light or dark brown sugar, 2 large eggs at room temperature again, half a cup of sour cream or plain or vanilla yogurt at room temperature.
Daddy, how can anything be in room temperature?
So if something is in the refrigerator, we're going to want to leave it on our counter in the kitchen for at least 30 minutes or sometimes more, and that helps it come to room temperature.
Sour cream in a muffin?
Yes, sour cream in a muffin. It actually helps the muffin stay a little more moist, and it helps it make a more soft, tender muffin. And as Ella mentioned earlier, coming up, one of the things we changed is instead of doing all vanilla extract, we split it into half vanilla extract and half almond extract. So it's going to
half of each.
Half of each, that's right. So it's going to be 1 teaspoon of pure vanilla extract and 1 teaspoon of almond extract.
It makes it tastier.
It does make it tastier. And we added the zest of 1 lemon to add some brightness to the muffin as well.
Is that going to be fun?
Yeah. Next, 1/4 cup of milk, also at room temperature, and 1 cup of fresh or frozen blueberries. You could add a half a cup more if you love blueberries.
We added a little too many, so we're going to add less.
Right. This recipe called for about 1.5 cups, but next time we make it, we're going to add about a cup. But if you really like blueberries, you could add 1.5 cups.
I don't really like them, but we did a lot.
We did do a lot.
And now the instructions.
Adults, we trust you will use your best judgment when it comes to kids using cooking equipment and appliances.
But first, always wash your hands before you cook.
There are about 4 steps in this recipe. You're going to want to preheat the oven to 425 and spray a 12-count muffin pan with nonstick spray, or you can use cupcake liners. And heads up, this recipe makes about 14 muffins, so you can grease or line a second muffin pan with 2 liners, or you could do what we did and make a few extra mini muffins out of the remaining batter.
I liked the mini muffins more.
Yeah, those mini muffins were really delicious.
Me too.
You too, Leah. Okay, number 1. If you're making the brown sugar topping, mix all of the topping ingredients together in a small bowl and set it aside.
And you should crush up the big ones.
The big pieces of the topping?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Number 2, in a large mixing bowl, whisk together the flour, baking soda, baking powder, and salt and set it aside.
It makes a really fluffy batter.
Number 3, using a handheld mixer or a stand mixer fitted with a paddle, beat the butter, granulated sugar, and brown sugar together on high speed until the mixture is smooth and creamy for about 2 minutes. On medium speed, add the eggs, one at a time, beating well after each addition. Beat in the sour cream, vanilla and almond extract, and lemon zest on medium speed until it's all combined. And with the mixer running on low speed, add the bowl of dry ingredients and the milk into the wet ingredients and beat until no flour pockets remain. Then fold in the blueberries.
It's when we mix it gently.
It is when we mix it gently, that's right. Folding is when you carefully mix an ingredient into another ingredient, but doing it gently to make sure you don't overmix it. Okay, number 4, spoon the batter into cupcake liners, filling them all the way to the top. If you're using the brown sugar topping, spoon some of the topping on each muffin, gently pressing it down onto the surface so it sticks. Transfer the muffin tray to the oven and bake for 5 minutes at 425 degrees. Then, keeping the muffins in the oven, reduce the oven temperature to 350. Bake for an additional 18 to 20 minutes or until a toothpick inserted in the center comes out clean.
We also learned that in Tiffany's episode.
We did learn that in Tiffany's episode. Do you remember what it means to insert a toothpick until it comes out clean? Should we tell them?
When it comes out clean, it's done. But when it's wet, it needs more time.
That's exactly right, Leo. If the toothpick comes out clean, it's done. And if it's a little wet or has some moisture on there, you're going to want to give it a little more time.
Just like 2 minutes.
Just like 2 minutes. The total time these muffins take in the oven is about 23 to 25 minutes. I always like to check even a couple minutes before that, just in case. Then you're going to want to allow the muffins to cool for 5 minutes in the muffin pan and transfer them to a wire rack to continue cooling.
Once they're cool, you can try them.
If you decide to make mini muffins, cook them at 350 for the whole time for 12 to 14 minutes. And these muffins stay fresh, covered at room temperature for a few days, or in the refrigerator for up to 1 week.
Daddy, I think we should do all mini muffins next time.
All right, we can do that.
They're the yummiest.
They're the yummiest.
That's it. The kitchen is closed.
And we know with kids, the kitchen is never really closed.
Daddy, can I have a snack? Daddy, I'm hungry.
And that's why we have more episodes sharing easy and delicious recipes from some of our good friends who also happen to be great cooks. If anyone listening has a favorite recipe you love to cook at home, have an adult send us an email to cleanplateclubpod@oncappysplate.com or DM us on Instagram at cleanplateclubpod. We'll share that info in the episode notes. We hope you love listening to this recipe. Let us know if you make these in your own kitchen. Take a pic and tag it with #CleanPlateClubPod. Give it 1 or 2 thumbs up and hopefully not 1 or 2 thumbs down. Thank you for listening to Clean Plate Club. As always,
just try bite. You don't have to like it, just try it.
Please cook responsibly. Any ingredient, advice, suggestion, or comments are solely those of Clean Plate Club. Please consult your medical professional if you have a specific nutrition or dietary related question. Clean Plate Club is a production of Beyond the Plate.
Thank you for listening. We're going to play. Bye.